Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. My name is Lisa Snyder. This is going to be a wonderful special evening because we have my new friend and colleague, Camille Dan, on with us tonight, and we will be bringing her on here shortly. So for those of you that are new, my name is Lisa Snyder, like I mentioned, and I'm an evidential channel medium, psychic medium, and I am so honored and so grateful to be a part of this ancient circle of which you are also a part. So tonight's format is going to be a little bit different. We're going to be running about 30 minutes long. We're going to chat with Camille for a little while, and then the last 5 minutes of our session we will spend with a little bit of channeling with healing with the ancients. All right, so the first thing I'd like to do is I'd like to bring on really quick a let's see, here we go. We have the full moon coming up. So what's really cool about this is that you can, for example, what this says, shine bright like a diamond. This moon will illuminate what has been kept in the dark. Blindfolds are coming off, face the truth. And then all the twos that we have going on. So balance, harmony, adaptability, diplomacy. There's a lot. This is a really cool month with all these twos. And I want to talk to Camille about this a little bit later. So if you're looking at new beginnings, peace, miracles, this is a very, very exciting time to be working with this. And just so happens that our next private group sound healing circle is on February 22nd. If you're interested in joining that, I know some people have already registered for that. And the description on that and how to register for that is in the comments. I'm going to take a nice breath. If everyone could just take a nice breath with me. I'm feeling a lot of energy in the room tonight, and I suspect it's part of it is because Camille's son has joined us tonight. So just take some nice cleansing, calming breaths here, please. That would be there we go. Thank you. All right. So what I love about tonight is that this actually fits perfectly with tonight's theme. When it's time for you to meet, the universe will create a way for your paths to cross. And that's how I feel about Camille Dan. I met Camille through Instagram. There was a post about her book that she had written, and it's Aaron's Energy by Camille Dan. And also she's going to be coming out. Her story is also going to be shared in the upcoming book here, Chicken Soup for the Soul. You can see that grieving, loss, and healing. Her story will be in there as well. And I have such mixed emotions about Camille being here. I am a mother of 2 adult children myself. I can't only imagine what it must be like to be on the journey that she has been on for these since November, or excuse me, I think it was fall of 2019, if I have that correct. And I can only imagine what she has experienced, and the fact that she has kept a journal of this process with her book. Camille is first and foremost a mother. She has a medical and a business background, and now she is the self-published author of Aaron's Energy. Just days after the tragic loss of her son, Aaron, Camille began to hear him speaking to her from beyond the veil. He's taught her so many things, and I highly recommend you check out this book, Aaron's Energy. It is amazing, and what I love about Camille is that she was a skeptic before this journey began, and I love that because truly the evidence that came forward and her journey with her son, Aaron, who is on the other side, has just been, I'm sure, such a life changer for her. So I am so grateful and appreciative that Camille is with us tonight. So I am going to bring her on here. So just a second, please. All right, Camille, hold on. I'm going to get this. All right, Camille. Thank you so much for joining me. And there's a couple more slides that I wanted to share here. So first of all, thank you so much for being here tonight. I appreciate you being here.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm really grateful, and it's great to see you.
Thank you. And there's a couple more slides I wanted to share, and one of is of your handsome son, Aaron. So I'm just going to put us on the side here really quick. And let's see, let's go here. So there is handsome Aaron. And Camille, would you like to share just a little bit about your journey with Aaron, with the book and the process that you've gone through?
Well, thank you for asking and having me tonight, and having Aaron with us. I feel him here too. So Aaron transitioned September 22nd of 2019. So we're a little past 2 years ago now. Um, about 2 weeks after he transitioned, I started hearing him speak to me in his voice. And of course, 2 weeks after his transition, I was still in a state of shock and disbelief about losing my son. And being a skeptic, I thought I was just making it up in my head to comfort myself. But a friend of mine who's had some um, clairvoyant and automatic writing experiences suggested I should write things down because I would probably forget a lot of it in my grief. So I took her advice and I started journaling what I was going through. I started mostly writing about my grief, and I found it therapeutic and cathartic for me. And once I started hearing Aaron and what he was telling me, I knew I had to write it down because a lot of it I had never heard about before. Although I have a background in science and nursing, which is mostly anatomy, physiology, biology based, I had no background in physics. And a lot of what Aaron was telling me about was what his afterlife is like. And he started really slowly with me because he knew I didn't know a lot about it. And he knew that I probably didn't believe that, I was actually hearing him. So he was very careful about how he delivered his information to me and kind of slow dripped me with it. And it got more and more complex over time. And by now, he has really described to me what the afterlife is like, what his experience is there, um, and how the universe works, how energy in the universe works. So it's been an incredible journey for me. The subtitle of my book is An Unexpected Journey Through Grief in the Afterlife with My Brilliant Son. And it's definitely unexpected, all of it. Um, and I call Aaron my brilliant son. He was a brilliant person in life, and he continues to be a brilliant light for me. He's a guiding light for me, and he's always he was wise beyond his years, his whole life, and he continues to be, and he shares his wisdom with me. And what he wants me to do is share what he tells me with other people because it might be helpful for them as it's been helpful for me. So he's the one who told me to write the book. And I do what he tells me.
I this book, this Aaron's Energy book, which I love it, Camille. I shared it with
Thank you.
on a previous session, and and for those of you who've been following me on Instagram and Camille on Instagram and Facebook, we've been sharing quotes from the book. It is just wonderful nuggets of wisdom. And one of the things that Camille shared is this picture with me, and I'm sharing this here tonight. Could you please explain a little bit about this picture? This is so cool.
Thank you. I'm happy to. So this actually occurred after I published the book. It's going to be in my next book that I'm currently working on because of course, the book, I had to figure out an end for the book, but the experiences keep happening. Aaron started writing letters in the sky. I mean, I couldn't miss these gigantic A's made of clouds. And then sometimes there would be an A with a heart. Another time I saw his whole name. I didn't always have a camera or my phone with me to take a picture of it, but I do have some pictures in the book of the ones I got before I published the book. This one came afterwards, and this is the most profound cloud writing that I've experienced, and I luckily had my camera at the time. In fact, I started asking Aaron to write messages in the clouds for me, because I just that was one of the biggest validating signs he would give me. And he told me, Mom, it's really hard to write words in clouds. He said, do you know what goes into that? He said, countless micro and macro incidents have to occur simultaneously, and you have to be part of that for you to see the words in the clouds. You have to be at the exact time, in the exact place, at the exact angle. So getting a picture of it was like, imagine that fitting into the unimaginable number of incidents that had to occur. So I was at the cottage, and you can see the clouds are over the lake. And, I was feeling sad, and, the grief waves sometimes hit very hard. And I always think now, okay, I know I'll feel better if I hear from Aaron. And I was looking at the sky, and I said, Aaron, can you write something in the sky for me? I literally watched the clouds form into these words. And you can see, because I zoomed in and circled, I love you. And then I zoomed in further on it, and the O in the word love is in the shape of a heart.
Mhm. Oh, that is amazing. Can everybody see that? I'm just going to take us off the camera, see if you can you see the heart on there? It is absolutely beautiful. I mean, you cannot make this up. That is just beautiful. Oh, thank you.
Thank
Wow.
you. I mean,
Now,
this was very I mean, you can imagine, the change in my energy immediately as soon as I saw that. I went from feeling depressed and sad to overjoyed. Just my heart was so full.
oh my gosh. Now, Camille, when you and I were chatting a couple days ago, we were talking about I had read a passage about reincarnation. It was, and it started a conversation. And would you be like to share that experience with us? What we were talking about?
Sure. Aaron talked a little bit about reincarnation with me, but not a lot. It was very early on, I started asking him about reincarnation, and he used to say to me in the beginning, "You'll never understand that, Mom," or I'll tell you another time. It's really difficult," and stuff like that. Or he'd say, "I'm busy. I'll come back later." Anyway, so I decided that, I might be interested in exploring the idea of reincarnation. So I decided to do a past life regression. When Aaron was 4 years old, he told me, he was sitting in his car seat. We were driving, and he just all of a sudden said, Mom, do you remember a long time ago when we were together before the dinosaurs? And I said, do you remember that, Aaron? He said, yeah, we used to travel all around the universe wherever we wanted, and we'd go to any planet we wanted. And I said, oh, wow, that's amazing. And, but, he was 4, right? So I decided, after all of this started happening, and after I started to lose my skepticism, I had to let go of it. And I started reading more. I started exploring more. So I decided to try a past life regression myself. And I was regressed backwards in time to the point of when I was in the uterus. And the past life regression coach or therapist asked me how I felt. And I said, I don't want to go out there. He said, where? I said, out into the world. He said, why not? I said, because it's cold. And he said, well, what are you going to do? And I turned around. I could see myself in my meditative state, turn around and look behind me. And I said, I have to go out. There's someone behind me pushing me. And I said, it's a gigantic light being. And that's exactly what it looked like. It looked like a shape of a person all in white light. And the regressionist said, well, who is it? I said, it's me.
Wow. So like your soul, your higher self. I mean, oh my goodness.
So this all ties into what Aaron told me about reincarnation and how we can be in more than one place at the same time. So part of my higher being wanted this experience, or Aaron says we don't want and we don't desire on the other side, but created this experience. So a part of my entire being, which is part of the greater source of energy of creation, created this experience for this part of my being. The rest of my being that's connected with the entire rest of the universal energy is constantly flowing through me. And I'm constantly in touch with it. And I'm a creation of it because energy creates matter. Matter is just another state of energy flowing at different rates. So our energy that created us, it's flowing at a different rate than the whatever energy is contained in, say, a rock or another state of matter. And but it's always connected. It's all entirely connected all the time. So what Aaron says is that incarnation and reincarnation is part of creation. It's what the purpose of the love source of energy is, to create. And in fact, we have been created with creative abilities as well. We have tools for creation, we have brains, we have abilities. And so it's all about creation.
Oh, and you know what
Just
I
gonna
love
grab a little
about,
water.
yes. What I love about this is the fact that you're talking about how we're all connected. I mean, everything is connected. We talk about that when we're doing these weekly sessions. How those of us that are psychic mediums, or even those of us who are more aware of our intuition or work with our intuition, we're just literally, it's like we're more, tuning that dial a little bit and shifting our attention. And you bet. And we're all connected, and that's how we're able to just be with each other, because we're all of that source energy. So I love that. I was also reading I reread your book right before the last couple days, so it was really fresh. I was really fascinated with this when you talked about the numbers and the significance of numbers. Could you just talk about that a little bit, especially since we are in this twos month? Would you just talk a little bit about what Aaron has to say about that?
So I'll start by saying everything that I say is coming from Aaron. I don't have much experience, and I've only started my learning in this part of my journey. So I'm not familiar with numerology and the meaning of numbers. I know what a few of the numbers mean. 8 is a symbol of eternity. 4 is a symbol that's an angelic symbol. But when it started, I was sitting one day and Aaron started talking to me about the birth dates in our family. He said, Mom, just sit down and write down everybody's birth date and then add up all the numbers. Okay, I did. And Aaron's birthday was November 15th, 1987. And I added up all those numbers. I added up the numbers of my birthday. I added up the numbers of his siblings' birthdays. I added up the numbers of his father's, of his grandparents. Everyone's birthdays added up to it. And when you take each digit and you keep, adding together. So let's say you get a 15, that becomes 1 and 5 is 6. His numbers were all 11, 15, 26, and 8. And everyone's birthday came down to 8. Aaron's birthday, I asked him, well, what do these things mean? Well, he said that in Judaism, numerology is very, very significant in Kabbalah. He said that the name of God, the total is 26. The name of God in English as well, G-O-D, if you add those letters, the numerical value of those letters together, you get 26. And I asked him, well, what do all these numbers mean, Aaron? He said, well, it's really, really hard to explain. He said, but what they mean, they signify intersections and intersections of energy. So it could be intersections between dimensions. It could be intersections between lives. It could be intersections with other energies. So, for instance, all of our family members, if they all add up to the same. Now, I don't know if other people's families' numbers add up like that, but they could try and see what happens. And of course, I wouldn't be able to tell anyone what their numbers mean. But what Aaron said was the significance about those numbers is that they're markers. They're markers of intersections.
Interesting. You know what? My birthday is on the 26th. I thought that was kind of cool. You said 26. I was like, my birthday's on the 26th.
What day? What month?
August.
Mine's July 26th.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, you're 8/26. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, we were meant to intersect.
We were definitely meant to intersect. In fact, I know Aaron brought us together. We don't have a lot of time here to talk about that, but there have been a couple of moments where Camille and I are just like, we were meant to connect. This was Aaron's doing. And I mean, I'm sure everyone can look back at some different, people that they've met along the way and realize they've had a lot of help on the other side and angels and guides to get us to that point. Keith said, I see numbers all the time from 1s to 3s and 44. I do too, Keith. Numbers are so, it's fascinating. And Raven says, or Cherry B says, 4 1s for one daughter, 7s for another daughter, and 228 for another daughter. Wow. Very cool. Camille, we're starting to run out of time, which we knew would happen.
Yeah.
We might have to have you come back again. What other projects are you working on right now? I know there's another project that you're currently in the process of. I know you've mentioned that on Instagram. You want to mention that to everybody?
Sure. So I got the idea, and Aaron told me it was his idea. We're actually working together across the veil on projects, and we are doing that all the time. What goes on in our 3-dimensional existence affects other dimensions, and vice versa. So we actually do work together, okay? Because we want to make things good for the whole universe. So Aaron suggested to go further and get the message further. And because he continues to give me messages like the photo, the clouds that you showed earlier, I decided to write another book. But this time, I decided to include stories from other people who have also received signs and messages from their loved ones across the veil. And it started as a labor of love and just a group of, small group of people I knew. And all of a sudden it's just grown into something incredible. We have over 40 authors contributing chapters. We have well-known authors in the genre contributing to the book, as well as first-time authors. We have authors from all around the world, almost every continent, and it's just grown into something miraculous and validating to me that this really is what our loved ones are guiding to happen.
Absolutely. And Monica says, I'm looking forward to reading your book, Camille. And I know that it's
Thank you,
available on
Monica.
Amazon. Yes. It's available on Amazon. And if you use a portion or the proceeds, can you want to explain where the proceeds from the sale of that book goes to?
Yeah, so there's two versions of the book. I did a second edition. That's the one that you held up. The first edition looks like this. And the proceeds of both of those books all go to mental health and addiction research and care programs, to bereavement support services, to Helping Parents Heal, and Forever Family Foundation.
Thank you, Camille. What is the best thing? I read this in your book and I would love to hear it from you, because you never get over something like this.
Right.
What is the best thing for somebody to say to somebody who is grieving or is going through a loss such as this? What is the best thing that a person can say to somebody who is going through a grief or a loss? What words would you advise somebody to say?
I would advise someone to say something as comforting as they can say. Probably the best thing I've heard is, I don't know what to say to you, but I'm here for you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Camille, all of Camille's information is in the description field, aaronsenergy.com. She's on Instagram, Aaron's Energy. Is it Aaron's Energy Book, I believe?
Yeah.
Yep, that's and she's also, you can find her book available on Amazon, but you can find all of her contact information again on her website, aaronsenergy.com, and that is in the description field of this book. Camille, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We are probably going to have to come and have you back. A lot of hearts, a lot of thank yous. Raven said, amazing, Camille. Thank you, Raven.
Thank you.
Just lots and lots of love and blessings for you. We
Thank you
are
so
going to
much.
Thank you. We're going to finish this up and I'll just take you off the screen here. But again, I want to just thank you again. You'll still see the channeling in the background. I'm going to just do a quick 1-minute channeling. My team is here. I can smell a lot of smoke. It's just been blasting during the whole session, which is why I was so low at the beginning. But again, thank you. And we'll take Raven's comment off here. All right, guys, let's do a quick channeling here with Healing with the Ancients. We're going to go just about a minute long here. Minute or two long. Please place your feet firmly on the ground. Taking that nice cleansing, calming breath, releasing any stress or tension that you may be carrying here. Surrounding this session with the beautiful gold and white light. Now let's envision all of our hearts connected with the divine source of love and light, which truly connects us all. And setting the intention for this little mini healing for love and for the highest possible vibrational frequency of love and light. Thank you. We're going to do a little bit of channeling here. high, just so high, 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 just so tall, high, 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 just so high, 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 just so hey, high. 조색, 어머색, high, high. 조색, hey, high, high, high. 조색, sick. Nice cleansing breath here, please. 조색, high, high, high. Lots of energy here. Somebody's clearing, saying hi to the group tonight. Go say what? Hey. Nice cleansing breath, please. Elek und us and at get us hot, ushos and there, social sick and there, to go wash a cosuk and there, to get hot, which was so mom, to go make a shosaka about a hike, and she's so come to get a second to topping, to the so come take a hand. Oh, she's that odds is to taking nice cleansing breaths here, please. Sending our love and appreciation to Mother Earth. Our love and appreciation to the divine source of love and light. A special thank you to our beautiful guest, Camille Dan, for honoring us with her story and her journey with Aaron, who is collaborating with her to share so much wisdom with us. Please remember, we are fully supported. We are fully protected, and we are fully loved because we are love. Thank you so much. Love and blessings.